Okay, here is going to be drawing number 4, the center block. Now, before you were drawing multiple objects, so it did not matter where you're positioning stuff on the page as long as you kind of got them in the general vicinity. Well, from now on, you're only going to be drawing one object, so it needs to be completely centered into the middle of the page, both vertically and horizontally. So to do that, you need to make two measurements. For the center block, we'll measure from the left-hand border line here all the way to the edge of the object, which happens to be 3.5 inches. So on my paper, I'm going to go from the left-hand border line and measure 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to draw a very light horizontal line. Now keep in mind, I'm drawing this kind of dark just so you guys can see it for the purposes of the camera, but you should barely be able to see yours. Next, I'm going to measure from the top down to the top of the object right here. So from the border line up here to the top of this object. So I measure down about 2 3/4. So 2 3/4, mark it using my T-square snug up against the side. And there, now I have completely centered that object. Where those two lines intersect, right there is this corner of the center block. Okay, so this is like my starting point. Now from here, I can measure down and create the back of this. These all happen to be 3/4 of an inch, all these lines that I'm going over with my pencil here. These are all 3/4 of an inch. So, using my scale, I'm going to measure 3/4, 1, 2, 3/4, and then 1, 2, 3/4. There's the bottom of the center block. Just draw it forward. These lines here actually line up with these lines over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw these and then extend them so I can find them over here when I get to the front of the object. So I line up to my marks, and those are going to be there. But I keep the T-square the same exact spot and draw them out over here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where they go, but I kind of have a good idea. So here, and over there as well. Okay. These also happen to be 3/4 of an inch, so I really only need to make that measurement once. 3/4 of an inch. Then T-square with my triangle I'm going to use. You can still use your T-square and hang it up on top. It's okay. Okay, but now I have the back of the center block. Now it's time to find the front, and again, these are all 3/4 as well. So first I need to do is find the overall length of this line right here, which happens to be 3 3/4. So 3 3/4. Straight down until I hit these lines that I drew earlier. Okay, see where this is going. It's starting to take shape. Getting rid of the lines I don't need. This extends 3/4 out, so it's kind of the chunk taken out here is put over on this side. So 3/4. Put that line down. There's the outside. Now to do the inside, okay, not a whole lot of tricks to this, just a bunch of measuring. You have to measure how far away it is from the edge. So kind of like how we do our border. So it's 1/4 of an inch, and it's going to be 1/4 of an inch for all of those. So if we do 1/4 here, 1/4 here, and 1/4 here, then draw those 3 lines, they'll all kind of intersect. So that one's going to go. That one's going to go. And my vertical one, I'll line up to that mark. So that one's going to go. Then measure the length of this one inside here from right here to right here. It's 3 inches. Mark it. And then since it's the same, I draw it up there. I'm going to draw it up here too. I'm going to fix that corner so that line actually intersects it. Then that will be 1/4 inch as well. 1/4 inch. Here, 1/4 inch. Draw this forward. Draw this forward. Then I'm just going to measure like that line. It's a half inch. And there's my center block. Okay. So you can see I have some erasing to do on these lines. I drew a little bit bigger then, but that is basically how you do drawing number 4, center block. All drawings from here on out though need to be centered like we did at the beginning, taking one horizontal measurement and one vertical measurement.